I forgot the date. I wasn't sure that Ryoshus chapter would already arrive today. And now I see this. It's just gone now. For at least an entire month. Or even half a year. I'm not entirely sure when my sword chapter is going to arrive. But he's out of my reach now. The fabulous sword with the longest hair of them all. But on the bright side though, I apparently can buy Fabulous Honglu now. Not entirely sure if this is intentional, because technically speaking all the stuff in this banner is supposed to be locked for the next canto. But apparently that is a thing now. I just need to get the shards and then I can just get Honglu and Ishmael. So there is a silver lining to this whole mess. It's just... I wanted to buy a whole ton of these guys. A whole ton of them. Like the Fun Sinclair. And maybe the new Ryoshu. And I'm not even sure. Actually, I was interested in N-Copying as well. Even though I'm not a big fan of him killing my allies. I wanted to save that for last, because I wasn't sure how many shards I'm going to have at the end of it all. And now I just completely forgot about it. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not bothered by this. We're probably going to get a whole ton of new ideas anyways. Right? A whole ton of new ideas. Actually speaking, we're going to have the index around here as well. And the eye guys. The stand throwers. I kind of forgot who exactly they belong to. Was it Yeset? The Yeset squad? They were super tanky, recovering each other's SP. I just don't quite remember them that well. They usually wear masks though, and they were kinda cool. They carried my Bina back then. Every time when Bina died, they stick together in order to save the day. They were great. They were absolutely great. Can't wait to see how exactly they're going to be involved with our company though. Because I'm pretty sure they were acting independently from all the other groups. But oh well, I guess that is going to be explained in a matter of seconds. After all, we are about to head over to the next canto. The Unsavoring. Alrighty, Ryoshu! This is going to be fun! Oh, by the way, before that, did I already prepare my team? Partially. I still need to level them up a little. But most of them are ready. So, everyone is around 50, 54. I think we are ready to go. And also, I purposely leave Rego on level 22. I don't really think that he's going to participate in any of the fights. And even if he is, he's so slow, I can probably redirect any sort of attacks from him. See, he's going to be fine. He doesn't need attacks or HP. He's just here as a backup healer in case Sinclair, by some miracle, dies. You know? If he dies. Now then, let's go to 9-1. The ambush in the dark. Great. So we're already getting ambushed. The second we step in here, the second Ryoshus canto starts, and we are already under attack. Quite welcoming indeed, I would say. Really welcoming. There is a clue of friends, rebels of a single strand, whose beginning is also its end. Moments become weft and warps that crisscross into a weave. And the flow of time spools in a single spot. Go on, read it. Ryoshu? From the echo of your first cry to the whisper of your last breath, in the heart of every moment, my eyes catch a glimpse of you. No, that's not quite right. That's not exactly how you read those letters. Hmm? Yoshihide. That is how you say it. No, Ryoshu! It's prettier that way, and also easier. Oh? Dear lost child of mine, should the way back home elude you, follow the thread back to the very first knot that hurts the most. Where the quivering stops, that is where you will find me. Feburary. LCE Research Team? Oh? Maton is a new name. Today is the day. Today is the day indeed. Boss, are you... Is that lantern? Those are the horns of the fire butterfly. I thought a good idea to bring you saying. I should maybe change fast to the burning set then. Seems to fit her a little bit better, but I really want to try out the new She ID. Maybe next time again. Maybe next time. Anyways, boss, are you... Hold on. Please don't ask me if I'm being nervous here. Only ordinary, unremarkable researchers with a particularly low level of confidence in their own material ever get nervous about this. Your unfinished query has reminded me of the last academic assembly. There was this fella who simply could not stop their hands from shaking with the frequency of 5 oscillation every 3 seconds, even after taking an entire fistful of tranquilizing boluses. What a miserable sight indeed. He? Oh, of course, perhaps the fear that the attendant may not possess the intelligence to comprehend even half of my presentation may source a reasonable level of anxiety in me, potent enough to make my legs tremble somewhat in the slightest. But I've been quite relieved of that concern after you reviewed my materials themselves. If both you were able to understand it, then hopefully the audience should have no problem whatsoever in order to follow my general narratives. You'll say a lot in the shortest amount of time. Yeah, I think you're still anxious. Well, at least you won't be dosing the audience a chokeful of your verbal sedative this time. Oh, on another note though, have you any clue as to why our corporation requested for additional researchers in this pending approval? Well, the LCE R&D team has repeatedly denied our request. Apparently, we are to focus solely on our present research, which are the ego suits, right? Rather narrow-minded bunch indeed though, aren't they? Do we know specifically who has denied our request? I guess it was the assistant manager, who simply could not stop their hands from shaking, even after taking an entire fistful of those tranquilizers. It seems pretty obvious that they're still carrying the grudge from, well, when you scoffed at them. Is that so? Well, they have no choice but to approve our request after this presentation. Our present research has already progressed beyond the point of satisfaction after all, so they have no reason to deny it further. Of course, boss. Of course. I just want to... Though the motivation behind my additional research request was to state my personal curiosity, I have no doubt in my mind that it will end up benefiting the company's bottom line as well. Maton, do you have your additional research proposal with you? Even the LCA will have no recourse but to approve it once they see the projected gains from its success. I think I left that back at the research hall. I didn't think that we would need it today. Well, a successful outcome of that research should also be able to boost the efficiency of our electrical system. I'm sure the need for more power is a mutual concern. We already have precious little to spare with how much energy our present research is already consuming. Yeah, we know about that. We even have to conduct our experiments in the freezing cold because we reroute all of the power from the heating system in order to save extra electricity. Well, I guess I do kinda stay toasty though, thanks to my ego gear, but still. Anyways, I guess I just go and get the proposal really quickly. You two should just focus on the presentation preparations. Right. Just leave those guys alone. They can handle this. But good to know that the dangerous rope has a secondary feature as well. It stops the cold, especially in winter. Why is there so much blood here? Frightened researcher.
Requesting support! This is the LCE department! Corridor YS4! Requesting immediate support! The situation is a code. Apologies. I didn't wish to so unnecessarily cut him off like that. But, as it seems that he passed out, let me be the messenger indeed. Though I won't bother with the fancy code talk that he was talking about. The situation here is entirely hopeless. Trumpet free was probably what he has wished to say.
Hopeless? But what happened? A few hours later. Well, seems like we're about to teleport over. Good that we still have this bus around. A good deal of time had passed since we had said our heartful goodbye to Jia Chun. Yet, we still remained stuck in Hongyuan. So, are you sure that we're setting off today? Reckon that you got, I don't know, maybe the date wrong? I'm pretty sure that I didn't, but even Saudi is kinda late, and she was supposed to get Ryoshus and the pilots, so... Right ahead leads the road that leads straight out of Hongyuan. Given Sauda's memo telling us to drive out here with a truck, there should be no room for any sort of error this time. I mean, it came straight from Saudi. True. Well, I sure hope that that's the case. When we left Dangyuan earlier, the guard at the gate actually asked me what time we would be coming back. They probably think that we are taking up a permanent residence here in H-Corp, while considering how much Jia Chun likes us, she might probably prefer that as well. And, I mean, I don't really see a reason why we wouldn't want to stay around here. They're rather welcoming as of late, right? Not surprising indeed, after saying goodbye left and right, not to mention 2 farewells banquets as well. We're still sitting here on our butts without any sign of leaving, right? True, exactly. And by now, word should have already appeared out of nowhere with his usual, time to move on to our next destination Dante thing, like he usually does. Then Sharon would say, "Off we go, Meffy! Vroom vroom!" It's been forever since I heard that line. I don't think there was ever a time where Ryoshus was gone for this long. That's true. The breach of contract may have led to extra workload for him, but even so, his prolonged absence remained unusual. All this just because he went out of his way in order to help us. Maybe not. Not necessarily. Well, it is true that the penalty is incurred from breaching the contract is yet to remain. The LCC's operation on H-Corp, which, well, he has assisted with, was immediately concluded following Jia Chun's inauguration as the family hire. Well, I fail to think of any other reason apart from that. Ryoshus and Sharon would always be away whenever we travel to a new place. But yeah, they were never gone for this long. Maybe he's just off doing whatever he usually does when spending time with Sharon. Maybe. Everyone turned to look at Faust. Well, at this point, there's no sort of information that can be shared regarding Ryoshus' absence. True. But maybe we can ask Ryoshus when he gets back, right? You honestly reckon that he would say a word about where he was? He never does that. That blog only ever tells us where to go, never exactly where he was off to. Verily so, and never had he deigned to bring any of us any sort of ice cream trips either, save for the young Sharon herself. Perchance his path is that of a culinary journey to sample the unique specialties of all of the districts. Pretty sure that's not the case, but oh well, some can dream. Be serious there for a second, lass. This ain't a foodie tour. Aside from guiding our path, it may simply be that Ryoshus has a path of his own to walk. That's true. I've got no idea what this path would even look like. We are only here to follow the journey as guided by Ryoshus. We know neither the path that he has to walk, nor the path he seeks to walk. I wonder if he will ever share his history with us. I suppose he's been doing his usual absence thing, but that doesn't really explain why Saudi isn't here, does it? We've been late plenty of times before, but it ain't like the last. It's just going to keep us hanging like this. That's true. Maybe there has been some sort of change of plan. But if that's the case, he would have probably sent somebody over in order to give us the details. Right, Rodion? When an operative goes dark without warning, it usually is due to some sort of unforeseen variable, not a change of a plan. As if to prove orders right, someone forcefully yanked the truck's doors open. Saudi? Holy crap! What has happened to you? What? What? They took her arm! Saudi stumbled into the truck, short of breath. She was bleeding and covered in wounds, both minor and serious. Her eyes glistening with wild anxieties. A broken pistol hung from her waist. It was impossible not to notice the still fresh gash and wound on her. The first thing that caught my attention, however, was the stump right where her left arm used to be. What the hell? You can't just keep doing that to her! Why is she always the one who has to suffer like this? Spider's threats? Okay. I guess this has already something to do with the spiders. I need to pretty much assign all of them as well. They might have to help out, right? They might actually have to help out. If Saudi got hit like that, that kind of indicates that things are about to get harsh. They're always harsh. Please, prepare for battle immediately. I am no longer able to operate. As you can plainly see, I need your help. Saudi collapsed to the floor before we even had a chance to ask her if she was okay or, what exactly has happened to her arm. Immediately after I met up with Mr. Ryoshus, we were ambushed. And the attackers will be here at any minute now. Where once her resolve had not faltered even the face of death. A grave look of despair now fills her eyes. How many hostiles are we talking about? 2? When Mr. Ryoshus was dealing with one of them, Ryoshus was busy with just one of them? Color returned to Rodia's face upon hearing Ryoshus' name. Well, then maybe Ryoshus already is on his way back, after wiping the floor with both of them. Did you just hear what she said? He was busy fighting one of them! One of them, not both of them! No, I seriously don't think so. It's Sharon. I lost her. They tore off the arm I was holding onto Sharon with. I never should have let go. I never should have let that happen. Sharon was kidnapped? Thou could not hold on to young Sharon? How? What? Saudi grimaced, her expression an amalgamation of guilt and confusion. It was a far cry from her usual collected self. Did they take Sharon hostage or something? Yes, I could not stop them from taking Sharon. What about Pilot? Don't tell me he's dead. Pilot was heavily wounded, but the last time I saw him, he was conscious. So there's a chance that he might still be alive. Well, either way, we should prepare for battle. Right now. At least our current objective is clear. Executive Manager, first take out the pursuers. Then, we have to rescue Sharon, where the exact motive of the perpetrators is yet to be revealed. We may be facing multiple fronts here. I picked up a transmission from HQ while we were running this way, and a sudden buzz of white noise breaks through the truck's silence. Hmm? Why is your face getting dark?
Any station! Response! Response!
Saudi froze up, staring at the radio speaker. Breaker was the first to act in her place. This is the LCB. I read you. What is the situation? Over.
HQ Research Facility! We...
The research facility?
under attack! Oh, my darling daughter. I hope you've been doing well for yourself out there. But don't you think it's about time that you stop playing around and finally come home?
Order? Utter silence descend as a kindly calling cuts off the blood-curdling scream from the other side. The voice that came through the radio was nothing short of affection. It was easy to guess who the daughter was. Ha! The spider has spun their web. Flock. The web. And it woven so intricately as well. There's no way around it. That is when I recall something that Li Heng has mentioned. The House of Spiders. Thinking back to how intensely Ryoshu reacted back then, it's been unnerving to see her so calm now. So, do you think these attackers have something to do with, you know, what Li Heng has mentioned earlier? Unlikely. He was just one of my many passing tutors. And who could have... Wait, it's the headquarters! For crying out loud! That place was supposed to be hidden, right? I don't know. The HQ, it's not the kind of place that someone can just force their way into, so... Breaking into a place like that, it's completely unthinkable. So how did they get there? Now, usually I would use my intuition to choose the best course of action and lead the sinners during the mission. But who would have thought that the HQ, which was meant to brief us about the mission in the first place, would come under attack like that, especially when we were left without our guide. Fine. I didn't expect them to come find me themselves. Once the spiders have spun their web, they tend to wait for the prey to stumble into it after all. Here? The plume of cigarette smoke lingers for a moment before scattering into the air. When I looked at Ryoshu's face, what I saw was an expression of strange euphoria. Are you happy about this? Saudi? Ryoshu, is this all just some amusing diversion for you? Saudi shot an incredulous look at Ryoshu, who was nonchalantly puffing the rest of a cigarette to ash. Sure is. The long-awaited moment has finally found me. Why wouldn't I be excited about this? I don't know. Usually everyone kind of reacts to their account of a threat, horror, or, you know, anxieties. She seems happy. That's just... Don't just presume. My excitement for the coming pleasure will not interfere with my efficiency. I've never once let enjoyment get in the way of taking the job seriously. Not ever. Not now. Here? You said the assailant will be here soon. Is the one who took the driver coming as well? Sharon? If anything happens to Miss Sharon, I wouldn't be able to bring myself to face the red gaze again. So, this isn't going anywhere. She's too distracted. The spider won't hurt the driver. She's just their bait in order to lure out the bigger prey. So stop panicking and set us up. It is so unsightly. What? The back door of this truck. Can it connect us directly to HQ's research facility? Like, right this instant. Wait! It can, but to use the backdoor portal that leads straight to the HQ, I need to verify the security code written specifically for each corridor or their coordinates. It's going to take some time. That gives us enough time in order to deal with your pursuers. As Saudi navigates through the vehicle's machinery with her remaining arm, the sinners all begin to keep watch on their surroundings, weapon at the ready. So, are we sure this is going to be a good idea? You know, for us to head straight back to HQ? It kind of feels like we're about to walk into some kind of trap here, or we're definitely walking into a trap. What if we request assistance from Dang Yuan instead? I'm pretty sure we aren't supposed to bring stranger to our HQ, Sinclair. That can be a solution, yes. However, as this concerns our HQ, resolving this crisis with help from a wing, even one whose leader we are in good terms with, will require an enormous favor to be repaid. It is your decision though, Executive Manager. I guess we will be just heading straight to the HQ research facility as soon as Saudi has opened the portal. It wasn't really hard to intuit that Ryoshu's turn had arrived, given her evident excitement. If so, the back door leading to HQ, which Ryoshu intended to use, should be the path that we are meant to take this time. Better prepare ourselves as well. What awaits us without a single shred of doubt is going to be hell. And there in its depth lies something that has always been waiting for me. Here? There are tramps above us, walking the vehicle's roof. I guess we've been found. Aye, then shouldn't we get out of this truck then, before it caves in over our heads? No, Peacock Singularity is going to protect this truck, remember? Something that's supposed to keep whatever is inside safe. We should just lay low and wait until... Yeah, are you sure about that? I can already see a couple of cracks in the ceilings. They might be strong enough to break this thing. Wait, a crack? That makes no sense. The ceiling should be elastic enough to bend under any sort of physical impact, instead of cracking like this. Well, it is true that the exterior of this vehicle's transportation device utilizes Peacock Singularity. That is why the truck is more spacious inside than it appears from the outside. And it also has some good defenses against external forces. However, unlike the experimental model that we have boarded in Peacock, this vehicle appears to be a more affordable model used flexible as a shuttle for the before team deployment. Those cheapskates, they gave us the cheap one! It's gonna crack on us! That is to say that for a singularity technology to perform on a competitive level, a higher level of investment was, required, and with our current budget module, even those of singularities can still end up being, counted? So, they cheaped out on us. Is that it? Yes, exactly! Exactly! Then the assailant is not one of the nurse fathers from the House of Spiders. If I were one of them, the first shook would have already shattered this wall into pieces. I suppose kicking off with the top dogs would have probably made for a rather bland sort of story progression. The nurse father? What is that now? Wait, do you mean the same people like Li Heng? have time to speculate later. For now we have to fight, right? Executive Manager, the ceiling is about to cave in. Go for the kill the moment they get inside. Alright. I hope they don't break anything important. We need to start the portal. Oh no, they're fancy. At the ready, man! Wait, don't get in the gate! Though we were readying ourselves to skewer the intruder the moment he would even step inside. We had to immediately backtrack on that idea when we saw who he was carrying. Is that Sharon? It is Sharon! She is only unconscious and breathing still. I see. So you were the one that cut Saudi's arm off so that you had something to track her down with. And she has gone straight to seeking help from her comrades. It was indeed the correct decision for us to wait and see how she would react. The intruder continued, glancing towards Saudi. As if in response to that, Ryoshu placed a hand on her scarab. Is it time? Ryoshu? PDOK. They won't dare to hurt the bus driver. So don't make a fuss, blockhead. Hey! What do you mean with she's okay, Ryoshu? Ryoshu ignored Sinclair and rushed towards the intruder, her scarab cleaving through the air. Oh, you parried that, did you? Have you no regards for the hostage's life? You won't dare to let her die unless you're planning to incur the Red Guidance wrath. Like Ryoshu said, the intruder was only defending himself against their strike, without any sort of harm for Sharon. Just as the other sinners were stepping up to join the assault. Well, I had intended to face you one at a time, as the properties of honored combat dictates. But unfortunately, since it seems like I cannot let you take her back until my master arrives. What the hell? The intruder gestured with his hand, and strange, bizarre things dropped from the ceiling. What even is that? Machines? They have brains, right? I must resort to using some, let's just say, borrowed weapons. Are those distortion or something? No. I think these are people. His master. Virgil is supposed to be handling whoever that is, right? The color most illustrious must be deterrent from wielding his full might, on account of young Sharon's captor, right? Surely. Probably. Then we have to rescue Sharon, then book it to HQ or wherever. That will allow the guide to go full out. Yeah, that seems to be the best shot that we have at the moment. Still, we better be careful and prioritize Sharon's safety above all else. But considering what Ryoshu has said, it kinda seems like we don't really need to worry about that. It doesn't seem like he's allowed to harm her. So that's a good sign. Ring Corporis Autonomic Combat? Automatic? Okay. They're relying on bleed again! Oh no! My favorite ailment to fight against! At the very least it's not rapture, so we can work with that. Muscular construction. Flashable counter, or rather flashable guard. Okay. It stacks up to 2, increases damage per stack, and 2 stacks convert all coils of this unit's attack skill into unbreakable. Oh my god, I hate that already! After attack, lose this effect. At the very least, it doesn't seem like it's sticking around. But unbreakable bleed coins, yeah, they're going to drive me insane again. Ah, this is gonna be fun. And what is this? Artwork. Liberation of bones. Contingency on cardiac rhythms? Okay. Base attack power +1 for every 20% that is missing. 4 at least. The maximum of 4, which means 80%. Point power gets stronger by every 3 beats on target. Additional 2. Also inflicts tremor. They gain paralysis in case they lose their clash. Either way, every hit is going to inflict bleed count and tremor count, as well as 5 bleed. Breakable. 30% of this unit's current 4 HP does not get staggered due to this effect. Rounded down. Gain additional bleed, inflict additional bleed. On hit without crack, the tremor is going to transform it over to hemorrhage, which is going to inflict even more bleed. Yeah, they're going to go crazy with bleed again. This is going to be troublesome. Whoa! Oh yeah, that's going to be troublesome. Guys, please try to avoid these hits if you can help it at least. Going to try to lure them over to me. We're going to go for a couple of stabs over here. Let's see how it goes. You're saying I need you to give them a couple of very good hits. Good job. Sinclair was able to win as well. Very handy indeed. What about my 2 guys who have to avoid? Are they fine? I didn't see it, but it didn't seem to be cracked. It didn't really seem to have any sort of damage either, so I guess it worked out. Okay, I need to build up my sand first. 12 to 13 is doable. It's not very likely, but this is definitely doable. Could also just try to go for avoid instead. I'm going to go for 21. I need to counter that. It goes through. It's a free hit. I'm going to save this one for the next round. For now, I just want to boost up Ryoshu's point power a little. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yep, that is what I was worried about. Hey, she still survived it though. she definitely still survived it. Okay. That was a good hit. The unbreakable still. What was that? Was that a little spider that just came out of his guts? Okay. I'm pretty sure I don't like that. Definitely I'm not going to like that. 14 to 12. Okay, that is doable. You're faster than them. You're definitely faster. Okay, I need to get some sanity. What to avoid? I definitely need to get more sanity. Envy is good as well. Extra haste for the next round, so we can go for pride. I need to lose this clash, so I need to save it for something else. Okay, Sinclair, are you going to be fine? Yes, Sinclair's going to be fine. Ryoshu won her clash as well. She hits all of them a little bit. That is handy. Yiseng was able to win as well. Woo! Okay, she was able to dodge all of them. That's really good. That's exactly what I need right now. Okay. Ishmael is a bit low there. But I don't really have any sort of heals ready. At least not yet. You have to dodge again, my boy. It's doable. It's a free hit. You have the speed to go for the point boost. That needs to be blocked. Your current sanity is plus. We're going to go for the yellow attack instead. That one is stronger, and I need more light blue. Barely have any sort of light blue. Be a bit of an issue. Point power +1 for every poise. Don't really have any sort of poise in her. How exactly do I get poise? Get poise, inflict bleed on target. Huh? Gain 2 poise. I need poise count. So I need the blue one. But the blue one is only going to give me 1 count. So I start off with the orange one. That gives me count. And then I need to lead it to blue and then red to boost it up. Or is there any way for me to get additional count? It's just additional poise. But that's just 2 count. Technically speaking, 3 count if I were to land a crit. The thing is though, if I were to land a crit, that also reduces my poise. So I can't really rely on that. Oh well, we're going to figure that out. We're going to figure that out. Sooner or later, we will figure it out. It's all going to be fine. It's all going to be fine. This is a rather experimental team after all. I just picked a couple of random guys that fit the theme. And the bows. And the bow fouls because I really like her. And all the others, well, we just have to figure it out on the way. Not entirely sure how exactly I'm going to play them out yet and how exactly they can work together. But surely they will prevail. To activate the recovery effect though. It's a must. The unit is faster, additional coin power. I think I want the bright skill first. Additional boost. The sanity is still on the plus side, so we're going to go with purple. I have 2 count. I need more count, so I'm going to go for 2 bright. And Sinclair goes for the haste boost. Yes, you need to get the additional haste. Your entire kit relies on your speed, and right now, you're the slowest of all of them, apparently. Okay. It's a good recovery. This is going to get us back up again. Couple of additional hits. I would love to see a stagger around here, but so far we're not getting any of them. No, never mind, she was able to get one. That's good. How many more of them are there? We're already at turn 6, I need to be mindful of that. Don't want to fail my first mission now. That would be a little bit embarrassing. Quite embarrassing indeed. 14, 23. You have the speed to trigger it. Speed of 6, definitely. Still going to hold on to this. 15. 44. Good enough. And the weaker attack, just in case. Okay, Ryoshu! Time to give them a couple of additional stabs there. Not enough for the crit, or the stagger, but it is fine. Don't worry about it. Faust is about to stagger them those guys. Faust is about to stagger those guys. Okay, she has a poise of 7 to 5. That is going to give us some time. And now I need to use my red coins in order to boost the poise count itself. And after that, I can swap between blue and orange in order to increase the count even further. Okay. I need you to go for bright. 23. That's a bit of a struggle, but 14 has a good chance. 36. 2 points. 9 damage. 6. 9. 52. 52. okay, I think with this we should be able to finish all of them off. We have more than enough damage to kill all of them. Even if Ishmael, by some miracle, ends up losing her clashes, we should still be fine. Right? Yeah, we should still be fine. Everything is going to be a-okay. Right, Faust? Look at our crits. Lovely. Okay. That wasn't so bad, even though Ishmael was a bit struggling there. But don't you worry, soon enough I will understand all of you guys. I should have probably practiced with this team a little. But it's fine. It's fine. Now that they're leveled up, I can bring them into the mirror dungeon and test them out over there, huh? Okay. Next up, the textbook. Oh, those guys are back. It's not good. It's not good in the slightest. Are we going to have a conversation first? Oh no. Oh no! Farm apprentice Lucio. Right, it is red. I thought most of the farm guys would be specialized in gun weapons. But apparently, that's not really the case. At least for this guy, girl. Huh. Tremor punches, burn and tremor, a counter, dual escalate, which deals additional damage and has a max stat of 99. Farm Apprentice Lucio gains skill power and deals more damage with every clash with this unit. Expires at turn end if this unit did not clash with Farm Apprentice. Meaning if I completely ditch her, she will lose all of her stacks. Might be worth considering. I could, technically speaking, you know, maybe just sacrifice a couple of my guys to nerf her. That is definitely something that I could do. Textbook of singular purpose. Encounter starts, gain funds, nurse father command. In a clash against Ryoshu, clash power -3. Reverse the key on this unit's base skill into unbreakable. Also on clash lose, deal 80% less damage on every hit. After clashing, inflict dual escalate against the target this unit has clashed against. In a clash against target with dual escalate, deal 3 SP of every dual escalate stacks. So you don't want to clash constantly with the same character, otherwise they're going to get endless amount of SP. Elemental style. Gain the following effect based on the target's dual escalation stack. For every stack, deal 5% extra damage against them. Take less damage as well. At 1 stack, additional clash against the target. Gain clash point power. Gain clash power. Base power. Point power. Inflict sever tension, which reduces our base power. Okay, and fire. Yeah, she gets all sorts of buffs. For a couple of stacks, the maximum is 99. Okay. The Hunter's Mark. Every 3 turns, select a random enemy, except Ryoshu. Reduce their speed to 1 and target it with all of your skills. If this effect could not be activated due to stagger, activate it instead during the next turn. If this unit's skill effect triggers Temper Burst, he also gains offensive level up as well. 3 times per turn. Okay, that sounds like fun. Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. Ah, I should have dodged the first hit first. I see. That's nice of you. Okay, definitely. There's a part of his body that just gets detached. I don't like that. I don't like that in the slot. What is that? 4? 6 for 4? Cannot stack up before using the skill. Fixed target. For every attack skill on this unit that lost the clash this turn, lose final power and attack weight. I need to clash every single one of them. And then win against this attack. Great. Oh, great. Oh, no. Honglu was about to lose his clash as well. That was to be expected. I kind of wanted to lose this one. All for the sake of claiming some bones. Okay, the paralysis is for the next round though, so this is not going to help me the slightest. Okay. Yeah, this is going horribly already. The hell is wrong with him? The hell is wrong with this guy? What he done? Yeah, this is no way. Not for 45 sanity. With 45 sanity, I can pretty much forget it. And there goes the rest of my team. Okay. Have to say, so far, I am not entirely sure how I barely scratched her. I barely scratched her. Okay, this is not gonna work. I need to start this over. Holy damn.